With time, we are getting simple tax law, but we're expecting that the tax law should be simpler as we proceed into the future, and because that's the future. So simplicity, it should be simple to understand. A layman should take the tax law, look at the tax system, and comprehend, and it should not create any confusion. We also have principle of economy. How much are you spending as tax? How much are you collecting as tax? As an administrator, if you raise 4 trillion naira as tax, how much are you spending? Are you paying a salary to the FIRS or LRS staff? How much are you spending on overhead? Are you spending more than you're collecting from the people? So it should make sense that you're collecting more than you're spending. That's the principle of economy. Otherwise, it's a loss. So what's the benefit? Because you're spending more to collect the tax. So there should be economy, impartiality. We have taxation of high net worth individual now, but they are not being taxed differently. The tax system, the tax should not be partial. There shouldn't be that, oh, you are a governor, you are a minister, or you are the president. Insofar you are a citizen, you're a citizen. You are faced with tax. Everybody should benefit from it. Now, some of these principles are what we use to challenge what's happening in practice. So they should be you are from the rich, you are poor, you are from this class, you are from that class. No, you are from the ministry, the department, and agency. You don't pay tax, but you are an entity. You should pay tax. There shouldn't be partiality. Okay, insofar you are engaged in vertical transaction, you pay VAT. Okay, so there should be principle of impartiality, principle of productivity and fiscal adequacy. That means that the tax should be enough to finance the budget. It should be enough designed in such a way that completely finance the fiscal space, that's the budget. Principle of flexibility. The tax should not be rigid. It should be in line with the current economic reality. And you see what we see in the finance act of 2020. I think there's improvement in our tax space, no doubt. Improvement is a gradual thing. We have the Finance Act 2019, and we have Finance Act of 2020, and you can see improvement. You notice that now they've made provision for you to pay minimum tax of 0.25% if you are filing within 2020 and 2021. Why? Because of the impact of COVID-19. Now, minimum tax in 2019 Finance Act was 0.5%. Now it has been reduced further because of the issues we have. Minimum tax has been reduced. Minimum tax has been reduced because of the challenges that we have, because of challenges that we have in the economy. The tax system should be flexible. The same thing we have in the value added tax. What do we have before? We have sales tax, but sales tax was limited to certain goods and certain goods. But we now say they're coming to we have VAT. Now VAT has a wider scope. So tax is flexibility should be there. And when it comes to taxation, we should be fair on the part of the government and on the part of the what? People, the masses, and the taxpayer. Okay, that's the principle, and that principle of equity. But flexibility tells us that our tax law should be in line with our current economic what? Reality. It should be flexible enough to look at what is happening. Now we have the concept of significant economic what? Presence embedded in the Finance Act 2019 and 2020. Now it has been embedded in the Personal Income Tax Act as well as amended in the Finance Act of 2020. Meaning that if you are based in the US, in the UK, and you are transacting through digital means, you are making money in Nigeria, but you are not even in Nigeria physically. You have a kind of significant economic presence, then you are subjected to tax in Nigeria based on the income you generate in Nigeria. In some cases, you need to file complete set of annual returns here in Nigeria. This is flexibility. The issue of the concept of significant economic presence was not there before. We have automatic exchange of information. We have transfer pricing. We have a lot of flexibility coming in our tax system. And I think when it comes to this, we are on track, I would say, in my own opinion, because we've gotten Finance Act of 2019, we have Finance Act of 2020, and I know we have Finance Act of 2021 as well. just with time, our tax system could be and will be a point of reference. And we'll now start looking at our budgeting system, which is the second part of this fiscal space in Nigeria, tax and budgeting. Now, if you are just joining us, I said we have an e-learning site. I've shared what's the modus operandi of the academy. We use e-learning, we use manual, we use Zoom. We have activities, and you're expected to do these activities, group activities, and submit for assessment. After which you get your proficiency certificate. After we are certified with your response. So these are the canons or principle of taxation, and this was by Adam Smith as well. Okay, we have the history. Let's now look at the history of taxation in Nigeria. So taxation is abhorred as man. Taxation in Nigeria, started in the pre-colonial era. That means that during Lugard, that's when tax started in Nigeria. So tax is as old as man. So when Lugard left India, he was the governor in India, and he was posted to Nigeria. That was in 19 and about 19. I think it started in 1904 or so. A lot of when it comes to our historical book, you notice that the northern part of the country, because of the system, the religion in the north, they have a form of organized system of taxation. So Lugard came and it was encouraged. So the northern Nigeria has a well system of direct taxation, of course, due to their religion. Now, there were various forms of tax in the northern Nigeria in 1861, and such as we have the zakat. Zakat is levied on Muslim for charitable and religious educational purposes. That's the zakat. We also have the kudin kasa. That's an agricultural tax. We have the jangali, and that's a cattle tax for those that have cattle. You have livestock, you pay your jangali, and if you have a cultural tax for the kudin kasa, you could see we have this well enshrined in the northern part of the country. So there was a form of direct tax already there. So Lugard came and saw that, and it was like, oh, how can I improve on the existing system? However, what do we have in the south? The southern region we have in the south, we have the east and the west. The south, we have the east and the west. The eastern region were more democratic. They don't have, is an eastern region was an egalitarian society. That means that we don't have a kind of centralized authority that will say, oh, we pay tax. So everybody's seen as equal. But the western region has some form of organized system of taxation as well.